Hey everyone, so 180 have asked me to provide you with a little broomstick warm-up. Things that you can do at home without much equipment. So I'm going to show you some drills. All you need is either an actual broomstick. I can't take the head off this one, so that's why it has the brush. Or one band, long resistance band. I'll demo with the band first. If you've just got the stick, that's fine. You can do the same. If you've got the plyometrics warm-up and workout, you can do the warm-up. That will prepare you nicely for the broomstick drills. So start off with the band or broomstick. We're going to start off with shoulder work because everyone at 180 Strength loves their squats. They do plenty of squats, plenty of bench press, but nobody's really looking into overhead work. So I'm going to target your weakness first. So hold the broomstick or band, hands end to end, and you're going to start off just with an upright row. So it's a wide upright row. You're going to keep the elbows nice and high. So the cue is elbows up to your ears. Try and keep the line of the broomstick or band nice and close to your body. Okay? And this is almost one of the movements you do in an Olympic snatch. From there, once you've done half a dozen, I'd like you to just rotate the band up, the band or broomstick, and lock out the arms. Now this is just like, if you're familiar with rotator cuff exercises, a Cuban. And the Cuban's really good for providing stability and a little bit of strain for your rotator cuff muscles. That's really important for your shoulder health. Once you've done upright rows and reversed it into an overhead press, I'd like you to do some presses behind your neck. Before you do any pressing, any overhead work, I'd like you to push your abs downwards whilst just keeping your torso proud. So, holding above head, push those abs down, keep the torso proud. So you should feel nice and rigid in your core, and then you're going to slowly press the band or broom behind onto your shoulders. Okay, so once you've mastered an overhead press, wide, you're then going to squat down slightly, just a quarter squat, and do the same thing. Notice how I'm trying to keep my torso a little bit leant forward, but still upright. Knees forward over my toes. So this is a partial squat with a press. And then you're going to get lower and lower until you end up doing a full, what's called a SOT press. Now the SOT press is fantastic for training the squat and overhead work at the same time. Your spinal rectors, your back work, should feel melted once you've done a few of those. Once you've done the upright rows and then turned it into an overhead press, or aka Cuban, once you've done the SOT presses right down to the deepest squat you can do, you're going to slowly sit at the bottom and do even more SOT presses. So let's say half a dozen reps on all the exercises. I'd like you to do another half a dozen SOT presses, nice and slow, keeping the band or broom nice and straight behind the crown of your head. Once you've done the SOT presses, then move straight into overhead squats. So your shoulders should be melting from the amount of stabilizing it's having to do, holding it above your head. Once you've done the overhead squats, if you've got a broomstick, you can do an extra trick called the Americanas. So this is starting to work shoulder rotation or external shoulder rotation. Try and improve the range more and more by wrenching the stick higher and higher. Obviously go to what your limit can handle. If you've got band only, you can step in the long resistance band and just work the band up like a Muay Thai elbow, moving the elbow up, and you can also move it out and back in. Up, out, in. So you can still mobilise like an Americana. Now you've done external shoulder rotation. I'd like you to try internal shoulder rotation. So all you gotta do is lie on the floor, lie on your side, elbow 90 degrees to your body. So if I go side on, like this, and then you're just gonna arm wrestle gently your own forearm to the floor, pushing the forearm down. You're trying to improve the range of your internal rotation. So that will cover a lot of rotation, all the upper back shoulder muscles, and using them into other movements as well. Okay, so you've covered some squatting, some shoulder health. The last movement will be a little bit of hip hinging and some lateral work. So with hip hinging, we're going to do wide good mornings. It's just like RDLs, and I've taught most of you RDLs, the 180 barbell. You're just going to hold your broomstick. We'll start off with broomstick. A wide stance. So with wide, let's go 2 steps out and toes turned out, just a little bit. And then you're going to soften your knees, squeeze the upper back, back flat, and bow, thrust, and straighten the legs. So soften the knees, bow, and then straighten up. And that's going to really stretch arse and hamstrings. A little tip to activate it even more is try spread the floor or push the floor out. That way, it naturally, especially when you push towards your outer heel, kicks your glutes on, and it opens up the hips and knees, so you don't end up with collapsing knees. So spread the floor, soften, bow, straighten up, straighten up. Finally, for lateral, you're going to do Cossack squats. If you've got the broomstick, you can pop it on your back to help you stay more upright. And the Cossack squat is basically just lunging side to side, bending the knee of the side you're moving onto, sitting into it, sitting back. So bend the knee, sit back and stay tall. Arms out in front, and now keep your torso naturally a little bit taller. So now you've covered shoulder health, squatting, hip hinging with a band or broomstick. That should cover you for all strength movements.